In 1955, four Germans entered Nepal's most complex mountain maze. Weeks from help, storms closing in, paths collapsing behind them. Testing whether preparation and resolve were enough to unlock Annapurna's lesser-known heights.
Hey, glad you're here. Welcome to the Himalayan Journals. Here on this channel, we bring to you real stories from century old field notes. We try to keep it simple and calm here. Think of it as a documented history of the Himalayas from the early 1900s, covering stories of indigenous wisdom, epic expeditions, and groundbreaking science, passed on just as they were recorded. Subscribe, zone out, binge.
The Annapurna Himal stretches across the heart of Nepal from west to east, bounded by the Kali River in the west and the Marsyandi in the east. From its long backbone rise four major summits: Annapurna 1, Gangapurna or Annapurna 3, Annapurna 4, and Annapurna 2. This vast and complex mountain region, reaching northwards toward the Tibetan border, became the field of operations for a small German expedition in the spring of 1955. The expedition was organized by the Deutsche Himalaya Stiftung in cooperation with the Deutsches Alpenverein. It consisted of four members: Heinz Steinmetz, the leader, Fritz Lobichler, Harald Biller, and Jürgen Wellenkamp. After more than 3 years of preparation and long delays in securing permission, the party left Munich on March 28, 1955. Traveling via Genoa and Bombay, they reached Raxaul on the Nepal frontier. From there, more than 3 tons of baggage were flown to Kathmandu. Following the completion of official formalities, the expedition began its approach march from Kathmandu on April 26th with 126 porters. 2 Sherpas set out from Darjeeling to join them on the way. During the early stages through the foothills, the German climbers were relieved to find the Kathmandu porters reliable, an important factor given the size of the transport and the absence of Sherpas at the outset. The stages of the march followed local advice rather than fixed plans, though an overall estimate of 20 days had been made. In fact, the party reached Manangbot in 18 days. The most severe test came in the Marsyandi Gorge, where landslides had destroyed sections of the path and bamboo galleries clung to steep rock faces. Doubts among the porters were overcome through the firm assistance of the Europeans and the Sherpas, who had by then joined the column. On May 13th, after crossing to the northern side of the gorge, the expedition established base camp in the Sabzi Chu Valley, beneath Annapurna 4. A reconnaissance that same day revealed excellent glacier conditions, and an immediate attempt was planned. By May 15th, the climbers began their ascent, though local porters proved unreliable above the tree line. An assault camp was eventually established at the edge of the ice. From there, the route followed that taken by H.W. Tillman in 1950, leading over an ice rib toward the dome. On May 19th, Camp 1 was placed at 17,850 feet. Progress beyond was hindered by a difficult ice bulge, but favorable conditions allowed a traverse through an ice chimney. After hard work, the party decided to continue without Sherpa assistance. Camp 2 was established at 20,000 feet on May 24th after a long day in a snowstorm. On May 25th, Camp 3 was placed at 21,200 feet below the summit ridge. A storm then confined the climbers to their tents for 2 days. When the weather cleared, Fritz Lobichler was forced to turn back in poor condition, while Steinmetz, Biller, and Wellenkamp reached Camp 3 on May 29th. Early the next morning, they set out for the summit, carrying bivouac equipment. After a long and difficult climb, they reached the summit of Annapurna, 4 at 5:30 p.m. on May 30th, placing the flags of Nepal and Germany and leaving a small Madonna. That night, they bivouacked in a crevasse at 23,300 feet. 3 days later, all camps were evacuated. After rest at base camp, Wellenkamp made a solo ascent of Pisang Peak on June 10th. Despite the onset of the monsoon, the expedition continued its work, turning next to Kanguru. After bad weather and illness reduced the party, the remaining climbers made a rapid ascent, reaching the summit on July 2, 1955. Further climbs followed in the Chulu group and the Damodar Himal, including Ulokang on August 29th. Later attempts to reconnoiter routes on Annapurna too proved unpromising, and worsening weather forced further objectives to be abandoned. On October 17th, Steinmetz and Wellenkamp climbed the western Lamjung Peak. On November 11th, 1955, the expedition finally left Nepal, bringing its long and demanding journey to a close.